Today marks the beginning of yet another incredible journey from Axiom Space and SpaceX as we lead the way in expanding access to low Earth orbit for all of humanity. You are looking at a live shot of the Falcon 9 rocket and Dragon spacecraft that will carry the next 4 private astronauts to the International Space Station in just over 3 hours from now. To everyone around the globe tuning in, hello and welcome to the live launch webcast for the Axiom Mission 2, or as we call it, AX2. My name is Duke Brady, and I'm a multimedia specialist with Axiom Space based out of Houston, Texas.
And I'm Kate Tice, Quality Systems Engineering Manager here at SpaceX headquarters in Hawthorne, California. Duke, it's so good to have you and the Axiom teams with us today.
Very excited.
Today's mission is a pretty cool milestone for SpaceX. AX2 is our 10th human spaceflight mission overall and our 9th human spaceflight mission to the orbiting laboratory since we started flying people back in 2020 with NASA's Demo 2 mission. It also marks SpaceX's second human spaceflight mission this year, following the NASA Crew 6 launch in March to the International Space Station. The AX2 crew will be joining Expedition 69 and Dragon Endeavour, all still currently on station. As we count down today's scheduled liftoff, we'll be keeping you updated on the status of the crew, launch vehicle, systems, weather, and all the technical aspects of launch. And in between, we'll be taking you behind the scenes of the AX2 mission, what led up to this moment, and what to expect during the course of this 10-day mission.
For Axiom Space, this mission builds on the incredible success of our first all-private astronaut crew to the ISS last year, the AX-1 mission, and takes us one step closer to building and operating Axiom Station, the world's first private space station, which is currently under construction. AX-2 is the second of four missions SpaceX will launch for Axiom Space, and today's launch is the culmination of years of effort by teams at Axiom Space to expand the opportunities of private citizens and sovereign nations around the world so that they can partake in the incredible science, research, and STEAM education-related activities in low Earth orbit. In fact, we just recently announced Axiom Space Access Program, which is designed to enable countries to realize long-term economic and scientific value in microgravity. So if you want to fly to space, or if your organization wants to conduct research and manufacturing efforts in microgravity, we have the teams that can help you develop your program. We believe that the commercial effort and presence in low Earth orbit has a duty to expand research and manufacturing capabilities conducted in space for the benefit of all humankind. And that's a big part of what makes today's mission so exciting. Two members of our crew are citizens of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, or KSA. They are Rayana Barnawi, the first ever Saudi female to fly to space, and Ali Al-Qarni, a captain in the Royal Saudi Air Force. Together, they are following in the footsteps of Sultan bin Salman Al Said, who flew aboard Space Shuttle Discovery in 1985. But they also represent the first Saudi national astronaut class, which we had the honor of helping select and train in preparation for this moment.
Really exciting stuff. Now, turning our attention to the crew, they are suiting up inside right behind those doors that you see there. That's SpaceX's Falcon support building.
Displays are configured for crew ingress, and advanced team work is complete and ready for crew arrival on schedule.
All right, just a call out there from our SpaceX core, letting all teams know on countdown that we're tracking on time. So that's great news to hear.
Great.
So yeah, they are getting suited up right now in preparation for their liftoff from that launch pad right there. That, of course, is the historic Launch Complex 39A at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. Once they arrive at the space station, the crew will spend 8 days living and working on board before returning to Earth.
Yes, and over the course of that 10-day journey, the AX2 crew will conduct a wide range of research, including several experiments that will help us understand more than ever about how our human bodies respond to microgravity. The data they'll collect will be critical to furthering human exploration of space, and along the way will inspire dreamers, thinkers, and explorers to follow in their footsteps.
Every human spaceflight crew is unique, with each astronaut bringing their own background and expertise to the mission. With that, let's introduce you to the AX2 crew.
The AX2 mission is commanded by retired NASA astronaut Peggy Whitson. Born and raised in Beaconsfield, Iowa, she was inspired, along with the world, when we watched the Apollo 11 crew walk on the moon. She has since become the most experienced American astronaut and one of the most decorated. Whitson flew 3 long-duration missions to the ISS and has more cumulative time in space, 665 days, than any U.S. astronaut and more than any woman in the world. She has conducted 10 spacewalks with over 60 hours out in the vacuum of space and has performed hundreds of research experiments on board the ISS. Not only is she the commander for this mission, but Peggy also serves as the director of human spaceflight for Axiom Space.
The pilot for AX-2 is private astronaut John Schaffner. Born in Alaska and raised in Kentucky, Schaffner is a STEAM education advocate, business pioneer, and lifelong space enthusiast. A pilot since the age of 17, John has over 8,500 flight hours holding commercial, instrument, single-engine, and multi-engine ratings in land and sea aircraft, as well as helicopter. He also holds ratings in former military jets and high-performance radial engine aircraft. As an athlete, John has years of competitive experience in water skiing, cycling, whitewater kayaking, hang gliding, skydiving, and base jumping. John trained as the AX-1 backup pilot, and during this mission plans to invest a lot of his time in STEAM education activities aimed at empowering educators and inspiring teachers.
Representing the Saudi Space Commission and serving as a mission specialist, Ali Al-Karni was born in March 1992 in Sabt al-Alaya, Saudi Arabia. Ali is fluent in English as well as his native Arabic. And as an Air Force captain, Ali has 12 years of experience flying on multiple aircraft, primarily on the F-15SA in service to the Royal Saudi Air Force. Ali graduated with a Bachelor of Aerospace Science degree in 2013 from King Faisal Air Academy in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Also representing the Saudi Space Commission and serving as a mission specialist, Rayana Barnawi was born in September 1988 in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Rayana has a master's degree in biomedical sciences from Al Faisal University in Riyadh, and also has a bachelor's degree in biomedical sciences from Otago University in Dunedin, New Zealand. If that wasn't enough knowledge, she is fluent in English and Turkish, as well as native Arabic. She has been a research lab technician since 2013 in the Stem Cell and Tissue Reengineering Program at King Faisal Specialist Hospital and Research Center located in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
There you have it, the AX-2 crew. This really is an amazing group of people who have spent months preparing for this moment. We are already beyond proud of them and can't wait to see them in space.
At the moment, they should be making their final preparations inside our Falcon support building, and then soon they'll be making their first public appearance, fully suited and ready to fly. They should be walking out of those doors here in just a couple of minutes.
Yes, absolutely. But you know, as excited as we are for this crew and their launch, there have been entire communities of loved ones, both friends and family, around the world who have been looking forward to this moment for quite some time, actually. So to Peggy, John, Ali, and Rayana, here are a few words from those who love you to help mark this occasion.
Hey, John, just wanted to take a second and give you a big shout out and tell you how proud we are that you're representing Middlesboro and all of us on your mission to the International Space Station. We want to say thank you for allowing us to be part of your experience and taking us beyond the crater.
John, have fun, Godspeed.
Have fun.
Going to outer space. I am so fired up for you. You have no idea. Wish you the best of luck, and please, please do send me a postcard from up there.
Congratulations. I'm so excited for you, John. Woo! Excellent. Good job.
I wish you the best of luck. I don't know who these people are, but they will also want to wish you a safe and excellent mission. Enjoy and say hi to the boys from all of us. Good luck. Good luck.
Hey, boy. Still the skies. A new star is rising. An angel with a beauty ever so shiny. A blessing that showers and glow. Go out there and be the light.
Such a sweet insight into all that support and all those friends and family.
Super touching.
That's great. The entire Axiom Space team and all of our partners truly appreciate and are humbled by the worldwide interest and support for this historic flight today. As the crew wraps up their preparations inside the Falcon support building, let's provide a bit of an overview of the operations for today. It's been a pretty busy morning already for the AX2 crew. They woke up at about 9 a.m. Eastern, had their first medical checks of the day, and then shared a meal with their quarantine support staff. At 12:20 Eastern, they departed the quarantine facility and flew to Kennedy Space Center for a special moment with family and friends at the tarmac of the KSC launch and landing facility. This event also marked the formal handoff of the crew to SpaceX for today's launch.
Around T-minus 3 hours and 50 minutes, the crew arrived at the suit-up room and began putting their suits on. Right around then, we also had the crew pre-launch briefing, and that's where we share weather and launch details and basically give them their tablets, which they get to bring with them during flight. And all of that brings us to where we currently are, suit up. We are awaiting for them to make their appearance, but yeah, there's been a lot of activity.
Absolutely. And we know at about T-minus 3 hours and 25 minutes, the crew began suiting up, and once that process is complete, they'll exit the Falcon support building and get into their Teslas. We will have 2 astronauts in each of the Teslas, led by a support vehicle.
After that, it's a short drive to the launch pad, and once they arrive, the crew will ascend the fixed service structure in an elevator up to the 255-foot level. That's the structure you see there on your screen to the right of the rocket. The crew will then take the stairs up the last 10 feet, where they will stop and make one final phone call before walking down that crew access arm to the White Room. The White Room is their last stop before climbing into the spacecraft, a process known as crew ingress. During ingress, the SpaceX team will run a series of checks to ensure the suits, seats, and vehicle interactions are all functioning properly. After all the vehicle and crew checkouts are completed, the SpaceX closeout team will close Dragon's side hatch and depart the pad. At about T-minus 40 minutes, the crew access arm will retract away, followed by the arming of the launch escape system. Once the arm is retracted and the escape system is armed, propellant loading will begin on Falcon 9. At T-minus 5 minutes, Dragon will be configured for what we call terminal count. This is when Dragon's onboard computers take control of the spacecraft. And finally, the moment we're all waiting for, T0, Dragon and Falcon will lift off from pad 39A. Roughly 12 minutes after liftoff, Falcon will separate from Falcon 9's second stage and spend the next 16 hours making its way to the International Space Station.
Good afternoon. I'm John Innsbrucker, Falcon 9 Principal Integration Engineer here at SpaceX. We're currently at T-minus 3 hours, 13 minutes, and 18 seconds, and everything looks good for an on-time launch later today. Now, as Kate mentioned, the crew received a weather briefing just at T-minus 4 hours. Now, the good news is the probability of violating launch conditions has decreased since yesterday. We're down to only a 25% chance of a violation today. The main constraint we're tracking is upper altitude anvil clouds. The ground level winds are not a concern. We're up to about maybe 17, 18 miles an hour. The upper level wind shear also is expected to be low, but as we get later in the afternoon here in Florida, the upper altitude winds could blow some of the clouds inland over the launch site and the ascent trajectory. We are, of course, tracking weather all along the ascent and recovery corridors today, and we'll keep you posted as we continue to monitor those environments. But currently, ascent weather looks good. Now, at pad 39A, as you can see on your monitor, Falcon 9 is powered up. Engine checkouts were performed overnight. Pressurization of the gas storage tanks on the Falcon 9 completed about T-minus 4.5 hours. Now, at T-minus 2 hours, Falcon will begin its final checks for launch. There will also be a communication check with the crew coming up at about T-minus 1 hour and 55 minutes. And of course, propellant loading will begin at T-minus 35 minutes. Now, as with all of our launches to the International Space Station, we have an instantaneous launch window at 5:37 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time, or 21 hours, 37 minutes Universal Time. If for whatever reason we are not able to launch today, our next opportunity will be just under 24 hours later on Monday, May 22nd.
All right, at this point in time, we're at T-minus 3 hours, 11 minutes, and 20 seconds. At this moment, we are roughly 5 minutes before the crew is expected to walk out of the Falcon support building, after which they will hop in the Teslas and head up to pad 39A, which you see there on your screen. As a reminder, this is SpaceX's 10th mission flying people since 2020, which is incredible to think about, and our second of 4 missions for Axiom.
That's right, very exciting for us. Well, speaking of milestones and special moments, I wanted to take a moment to highlight a tradition we started at Axiom Space when the AX-1 crew went on their mission and has continued with this crew. A few weeks ago, just before the crew headed to quarantine, we held our Stepping into Space ceremony. Teams across the Axiom family gathered at our Axiom engineering facility and joined with the AX-2 crew to celebrate not just the ending of their training, but also that important pivot to what we call the operational stage of their mission. Here is a quick recap of that moment.
We're about to launch to the International Space Station for this incredible mission. This is a delineation. Everything before was training and preparation, and now we're in operation.
AX-2 represents a major step for us. Our last mission was 3 individuals who flew and did remarkable research on orbit. Now we have a combination of individual and a country that's going to fly with us. I mean, this is what we're all about. This is the global outreach that this company has. We're making history. Here they are, the AX-2 crew.
Wow, we are really excited to be here today. I think it's so important that you're here because without you and all your contributions, all your hard work, your dedication, we wouldn't be up here ready for spaceflight, and we are.
To continue to celebrate this moment, one of the things that we did a scan of the right foot of each of these astronauts, an homage to the Apollo program and the images that you see from the first launch of the moon. And there is a plaque.
This is only the first class of Saudi astronauts back home, so we're just looking for more and more to join.
That little voice inside you is real. Listen to it.
My father used to share with me a part of a poet he likes. It says, "He who fears to climb mountains will forever live among pits." I would say to everyone, just find your mountain, keep climbing. It's not going to be an easy ride. You might stumble and fall, but always have the passion and the thought of what it's going to feel like once you are on top of the mountain and looking down. I'm sure it's going to be an amazing view and experience.
Live outside your comfort zone. You're capable of so much more than you might believe. So try things that you think you might not succeed at, because you'll find out that you really are much more capable.
One more round of applause for our crew for the AX-2 mission. Woo! Go AX-2!
What an amazing tradition that you guys have started. I love that.
It's so great to see that Axiom family specifically come together and support this crew, get their big final send-off for all of that preparation they've been doing.
Now, we are just moments away from seeing the crew for the first time today. This is a live view outside of our Falcon support building located...
Core and countdown, suit donning, and checkouts are complete. Stand by for walkout. We're on schedule.
All right. Almost perfectly on cue there. That was the SpaceX core calling out on our countdown nets to let the integrated teams know that all of our crew members are in their suits. They went through the appropriate checks and fit-ups, and we should be seeing them walk out these doors any minute now.
I love the serendipity of that moment. That's going to be the rest of the day, right? Everything's right on cue.
Yeah, I like it.
This is certainly a big moment for them. That moment at Axiom where we have this stepping to space send-off is a big one, going from that training to operational phase, but this might be the next big one, the next big step for their mission.
Now, we have seen the crew in their suits, in the days leading up to launch. We had a dress rehearsal a couple days ago. I guess that was Friday. And so we've seen the crew walk through and rehearse all of this, but this will be the first time that we're seeing them on the day they get to go to space.
I have to imagine it feels completely different But I also think maybe their training has made this sort of normal. They're in the mode, they have the muscle memory at this point. Something's familiar, but some things have to also be a little heightened today.
Absolutely. Now there we can see the 3 Teslas that will take them up a short distance. It's a little bit less than a half mile from those doors to the elevator doors at the base of pad 39A. We will see Commander Peggy Whitson and pilot John Schaffner together in one of those black Teslas, while the mission specialist Ali Al-Karni and Rayana Barnawi will be partnered in another. So like we said, it's a short drive. They could walk it, but I've done that walk. It's not great, especially, it's pretty warm in Florida already and a little humid. So we want to keep everybody cool and comfortable. So they're going to hop in these vehicles and head up.
Launch track and a countdown net. The crew is beginning their walkout to drive to the pad at this time.
All right, it sounds like we should be seeing our AX2 crew any moment now, coming through those double doors that you see on your screen.
Now, because we here in this location, we are inside the blast area, so no family or media are allowed here, but certainly an emotionally significant moment, and we're...
Aha! And here they are, our AX2 crew. This is very exciting. This is our first live look at the AX2 crew suited up for their mission to the International Space Station. On your far left, you see Rayana Barnawi, followed by Peggy Whitson, then John Schaffner, then Ali Al-Karni. Wow, incredible. We've got a great group wave there. The team unifying for their first big step before they get in those Teslas to ride to their vehicle.
I love this view that we have here inside the vehicles. We actually get to really get an up-close look at the excitement on their faces. Right now, they are, of course, going to buckle in, and they're also going to plug in the umbilicals, the umbilicals that flow cool nitrox, nitrogen-oxygen mixture air into the suit. So it helps keep them comfortable as they are making that short distance up to the pad.
Right, because as you said, they are in Florida. It can be a little warm and a little humid there. So any way to make this crew comfortable is going to be better. It's going to help them be in the right mindset and appreciate this moment. You see those gull-wing doors are closing now. I do love this camera view. It reminds me of like a auto karaoke or taxi karaoke, whatever that was. And that reminds me, they do have a special playlist that I think they're playing right now for their short drive. Don't think we'll get to
it looks like fist bumps and maybe some dancing to the music as well.
Yeah.
That's our Commander Peggy Whitson on the far left and pilot John Schaffner there to her left, our right center, I guess you could say. And then mission specialists Ali Al-Karni and Rayana Barnawi on the right-hand side.
What a great moment there where you saw each pair of crew members sort of grasping hands, doing fist bumps, so kind of having another level of realization for this step in their missions. It's so wonderful to see that. Love to see the teamwork too. This is a very special moment for Peggy, but thinking about her, she actually had her first mission to space on STS-11, which launched from this very pad 39A on June 5th, 2002, just shy of 21 years ago. She would have been transported out on this very stretch of road and ridden the same set of elevators to reach the Space Shuttle Endeavour. Now today, just everything else is basically new. The suits, the rocket, obviously, all of those things are new, but it's pretty fascinating to think of this throwback. And actually, here's a photo of then rookie astronaut Peggy Whitson.
Wow. I love that.
That's incredible. There she is in the White Room. And actually, as this crew rides out to their rocket, their commander, Peggy Whitson, wanted to share a special message with them and to each of you who have helped make today possible.
As I get ready for spaceflight, I want to say thank you to everyone who's contributed. I know there's so many of you out there that are helping to make each and every piece come together. The engineers that design things, the welders that put things together, the instructors that teach me how to operate this really very complex piece of hardware and how it's all integrated together by all the software engineers. And then we have a ground team that's helping us. And we have ground teams all over the world that are helping us be successful on our missions. And every one of you does a tremendous job to make spaceflight possible. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
What a fantastic message from Peggy Whitson, from STS-111 to AX-2. What a career, what a phenomenal set of achievements.
You know, I remember the day, excuse me, that Axiom announced that she would be commanding this mission, and it was such an incredible moment because she really is one of the legends of NASA, and I was just so excited to see that she was going to be flying in a SpaceX Dragon. So what an exciting opportunity.
Absolutely.
Once again, those live views coming to us from inside the Teslas as the crew members of AX-2 are pulling up to their rocket. They're now getting closer and closer to Pad 39A, where Falcon 9 and our Dragon Freedom capsule await to take them to the International Space Station. Now, fun fact about the pad here, those elevator doors, excuse me, that we see here at the base of the fixed service structure, the core of this structure is original to the pad from the Shuttle and Apollo days. So it is safe to say that when Peggy ascends one of these elevators, that in her Shuttle days, she was using the same, the core.
Crew have arrived at the pad.
There's that call out, just letting everybody know on countdown that the crew has arrived to the pad, as we can see.
We have Peggy Whitson and John Schaffner. They've exited their vehicles first.
This is one of my favorite moments that we have during the launch sequence. Is right there it is.
Lean back.
The lean back, and they have to. The vehicle stands so tall there on top of the launch mount.
We'll probably say this throughout the broadcast, but they've seen the rocket before. They've been in it for dry drafts. It's got to look different on today, this day of launch.
Another fun fact about those elevators, the levels of the fixed service structure are not marked by the level number that it is. It's the height in feet that they are ascending to. So the AX-2 crew is going up to the 255-foot level, and they will ride up, and that then, after they exit, will take a short 10-foot stairs up to the next level. The difference being is basically the difference in height between the shuttle access arm and the Falcon 9 access arm. Beautiful view there of the backside of the transporter erector. That is the structure that we use for integration of the vehicle, as well as transportation of the integrated vehicle to the launch pad. And of course, we roll it up horizontally and then lift it to the vertical launch position, within, depending on the mission, days or hours prior to liftoff.
There you see Ali and Rihanna doing an excellent lean back for that view. You can see the excitement, hands clapping.
As we mentioned before, they have rehearsed this previously in our dry dress rehearsal on Friday. They suited up, they rode out to the pad, they got in the spacecraft. So they have technically done all of this once before because, in spaceflight, we love to rehearse and practice everything. And really, the moment for them to look up and realize that these are their last steps on Earth for a few days must be such an incredible moment. The day that they actually get to go to space. It's a moment that they've all trained for a very, very long time for.
Absolutely. It's so exciting. You see now in your screen, that's Peggy and John. I believe they're using the phone to make their phone calls before launch, the last calls.
Now, for those of you looking at the view here and wondering what those arrows are for, those arrows point the direction towards safety in the event that the crew needs to leave the area quickly. They just look down and they're able to follow those chevrons over to the escape pods, basically. They are baskets on a zip line that allow them to leave the tower if necessary. It's a little counterintuitive because they're walking opposite of the arrows, which of course makes sense because they're going to space, not away.
Rihanna and Ali have gotten to the top of the stairs. They will have their turn to use the phone for their last calls.
That's a pretty cool view there. We see them, they're just in the fixed service structure tower, not yet going across the crew access arm. That access arm, of course, is what connects the tower to the launch vehicle. We should be able to get a really great view of them as they go down the access arm, but looks like everybody's enjoying the view, as they should be.
Yeah.
And as they await their opportunity to make their final phone call.
Speaking of paths, this is the last section of their path before they ingress the vehicle, but Ali and Rihanna actually reported last August to Houston to start training, and this crew has 700 to 1,000 hours of training total by the time they start their operational phase of the mission. It's no easy task.
Now, the folks that are dressed in the all-black bodysuits, those are members of the SpaceX suit and closeout team. So these are the SpaceX employees that will be assisting the crew through their egress and suit leak checks. For FOD, which is foreign object debris, something that we want to avoid at all costs in the spaceflight industry. We make sure that everyone, all the the personnel in this part of the phase are preventing FOD, and that is why we see them dressed in those bunny suits like we do.
Coming down the arm now, you see here's Commander Peggy Whitson and pilot John Schaffner taking a nice look at their rocket through the window there.
Smiles.
Yeah.
It's incredible, to see someone like Peggy that has been to space so much, one of the most decorated NASA astronauts ever, to still be so excited. It's really heartwarming. We see here now that Peggy Whitson and John Schaffner have now arrived to the White Room. This is a great shot of where they will get to actually, right on the wall, they're going to add their signature to our basically wall of fame.
Everyone crew at the White Room.
Everyone that flies on a Dragon mission has the opportunity to add their signature. We can see them adding their signature there to the black SpaceX logo, joining the names of the Axiom 1 crew as well as the Inspiration 4 crew.
As I understand, that Sharpie is part of the protocol. You have to have that Sharpie at the ready because it's a really special moment for the crew.
Absolutely. We can see the crew members, the closeout members that are assisting the crew with their ingress process. We can see that they're holding tablets. That is where they are tracking and following along with our electronic procedures, which we call EPROCs. And those EPROCs list out every single step that each person has to carry out in order to enable a successful liftoff. And of course, we have an instantaneous liftoff window today as we are going to the International Space Station. So it's really important to keep tabs on who's doing what and how much time we have left in each activity. We do build in margin into the schedule so that if one thing takes a couple minutes longer, it's okay. We build in a little bit of flexibility there. But those tablets allow the crew to follow along. And one of those steps in the EPROCs for the advanced team, which is the team of SpaceX employees that arrive there to the pad in advance of the crew to prepare for crew arrival. One of those things is to make sure that there is a Sharpie in the White Room. We can see there one of the SpaceX closeout crew team members assisting.
Core on countdown, ingress started.
want to make sure that nobody bumps the helmet or the side hatch as they enter the vehicle. We can now see pilot John Schaffner in the seat on the left and Commander Peggy Whitson in the seat on the right. The seats that they're sitting in utilize a 5-point safety harness, so it's a little bit more advanced than the seatbelt that we have in our automobiles here on Earth.
We have John and Peggy in the vehicle. Fun little note about John Schaffner, he's going to be the first Alaskan to fly to space. He was born in Fairbanks, Alaska. I've spent a lot of time there from my biology background, and it's an extreme environment. So just being from Alaska, I feel like is training enough to prepare for space.
Alaska is cold, space is cold.
Yeah, there you
they go together. We can see there our mission specialists, Rayana Barnawi and Ali Al-Karni, still finishing up the final steps before walking down the crew access arm. They are working with the SpaceX closeout team members to do the final checks, and of course some waves, now entering that crew access arm and making their way down to Dragon Freedom.
Smiles and waves. All right, thumbs up from the KSA mission specialists, Rayana Barnawi and Ali Al-Karni, as they enter the white room and likely go straight to signing that SpaceX logo next to the AX-1 crew and joining their crewmate signatures. It's really incredible for this new era of space travel to be forming, where we're going to have sovereign nation representation on that signature wall. It's just really exciting to see the evolution and change of things here as we grow commercial spaceflight.
Absolutely. Space for all.
Yeah. You mentioned this closeout crew. It's really, as Peggy said in that send-off video too, it's really phenomenal to think about the size of these teams and every pair of hands that gets put on these mission preparations and to make this crew perform their mission successfully. It's incredible to think about all of those people involved. It's as though they're not traveling just for themselves or even their countries, but like you said, it's space for all. They're traveling for all of humanity.
Once again, we can see the tablets being utilized for the closeout team members to follow along with the procedures step by step. They're also marking off when a step is completed and essentially just keeping track of what is remaining, what open work remains. We can see here they're going through and doing the final zip ups of the gloves. You know, for comfort reasons, excuse me, for comfort reasons, we don't make them do final suit up, I should say final suit up with all the zippers and whatnot, so that they can still be comfortable as they're riding up and making their phone calls. And this is the final check to ensure that everything is locked in place with those zippers and fasteners. We can see now that pilot John Schaffner on the left and Commander